Hearing Nothing. We get together here on Wednesday evenings and talk about the early days of single sideband. A lot of us are on vacuum tube radios. Not many of us are transceiving. And this is a great place to ask for technical advice if you're working on a radio and need some technical advice. Buy-sell trades are appropriate if they are vintage radio related. And if you have any other issues, why, please let us know. If you were one of the earlies and we forgot to pick you up early, jump in and say, hey, I was one of the earlies. Y'all should have picked me up. All right. I'm going to pick, let me see here. I didn't say what I'm on. This is a cheap and easy SSB, a homebrew transmitter built by KG7TR from QST 1956. And I'm listening on a Drake 2B with the Q multiplier peaked all the way up on this noisy night. And I'm transmitting into a Johnson Viking Courier amplifier, two 811As, grid-driven, and it was provided to me by Richard, who made it available for use with this radio. All right, I'm going to talk to a bunch of people, then I'll give it to Jay. Jay will give it to Rusty. Rusty will give it to Mike, and we'll go around the table. Hey, K5EF, who's working on the Hamfest. Tell us about the show, Nick, K5LYN.
Okay, Lynn, K5LYN and everybody operating vintage radios tonight. This is K5EF. Hoping everyone okay, at least before the net. So I hope conditions hang in there for us. Running the Collins KWM2A and 30L1 tonight. So anyway, with respect to the Hamfest, everybody's been waiting for Hamfest. Certainly with this coronavirus, it's been a real hassle not being able to see everybody and go out perusing gear in the flea market and that sort of thing. But the Ozone Amateur Radio Club in southeast Louisiana will be having its Hamfest on October 8th and 9th. It's a two-day thing, Friday and Saturday. They'll allow setup of commercial exhibitors and flea marketeers on Friday and open the place up right afternoon to general shopping, and then on Saturday up until about 2:30. In conjunction with the Hamfest, we'll have the W9DYB Radio Symposium again. And already we're getting some speakers lined up for it. The one that we're really excited about is we've been able to confirm that Rob Sherwood from Sherwood Engineering will be with us again. Of course, he'll be talking about the latest happenings and tests he's done on radios. I know everybody's probably interested about some of the new stuff that's coming out, like the Elecraft K4. It hadn't shipped yet, but he'll probably have some information about it. He'll also be giving a seminar on AM synchronous detection. AM is getting to be a pretty strong hobby again with amateurs on not just 75 meters, but also on 40 and 22. So, in any event, we've got those seminars lined up. Also, N0SAP from up in Missouri will be coming down speaking about Eldeco, the radios from Eldeco and REL, which is the company that bought Eldeco out. And we'll also have a discussion on how to extend the life of our precious vacuum tube in these boat anchor rigs. So all in all, it's shaping up to be a pretty interesting event. We're still looking for additional speakers. Oh, I forgot one very important one. Scott Kerr, KE1RR, who's president of the Collins Collectors Association, will be with us also. He'll be talking about history of Collins Radio and probably a discussion on the relocation of the Voice of America transmitter from the West Coast, which has been installed at the Antique Wireless Association. So it'll be a pretty fun event, and I hope a number of you guys can make it over. But that's the latest over here. It's raining again, Lynn, K5LYN, yes?
Spectacular information. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. What's our total number of those seminars, Nick? Are we 7 or 8? How many times have we done this?
Wait, I'm sorry, what was that?
what's the total number of these DYV seminars we've had? Can you tell me off the top of your head? We're up to like 8 or 9, aren't we?
Yeah, this will be the 8th one. Yeah, we should have had the 8th one obviously last year, but that didn't happen. And I'm hoping that we can do it up in St. Louis again at Winterfest, but those folks are still on the fence about having their Hamfest this year, guys.
Well, that was a lot of fun. That was a great Hamfest they had up there. So, okay, Nick, we will certainly look forward to it. See you then. Anything else for the group tonight?
No, that's it. 73. I'll be listening. K5EF.
Okay, let's go back and pick up Mr. Don, W5DK. What about it, Don? K5LYN.
All right, thank you, Lynn. Evening, everybody. Just checking in on my normal stuff here. Good to hear everybody. I'm on the Drake TR4 transceiver with a D104, and I've got the early L4 amp pushing the limit on it, so that's all I got here. I need to repeat that date for that Hamfest. I was listening intently, but I missed the date, so if you can repeat that, Lynn, I'd appreciate it. And evening, everybody. Back to you, Lynn, WF5DK.
Yes, sir. October 8th and 9th.
All right, thanks.
All right. Hope you can make it. We'll have a great time. Okay, let's follow that up with Lyle, K5LT. What do you say, Lyle? Over to you.
Good evening, Lynn, and everyone on the net. This is Lyle, K5LT, located outside Bernie, Texas, about 30 miles north of San Antonio. And I'm running the usual tonight, running the Heathkit SB101 to the Heathkit SB221 amplifier, and running through a piece of wire strung through the cedar trees. Got a little rain the other night. Looks like we may be getting some more here in a little bit, in a couple more hours. So, could use it starting to get a little dry around here. Nothing too much new on this end.
Well, good signal out of your station.
Come home on her one day of spring break. They got out, brought a couple of her buddies home with her, so got to visit with her last weekend, and hopefully get to see her again here in another week or two. And she did let me know last night that she made it into Parsons Mounted Cavalry over at the A&M Corps, so she's now a mule jockey. So I'll get to pick on her about that one. There'll be one pushing around the wheelbarrow, shoveling poop. But that's nice little accomplishment for her, so looking forward to see her on a horseback one of these days. So that's all I've got. Back to you in K5LT.
Very fine, Lyle. Good information all the way around. Great to hear you, and nice signal out of your station there. All right, let's move this thing on down there to Gonzales. What do you say, Denver N50JB? Talk to us.
All right, this is Denver N50JB in Gonzales, Texas. I'm the weakest station on here tonight. Running a Collins S-line, a 75 S1 receiver, and a 32 S1 transmitter, and I'm driving an old NCL 2000 amplifier into inverted fan dipole at about 30 foot to the apex, and everything seems to be working pretty good tonight. Enjoying every minute of this. Back to you, Dennis.
All right. I'm hearing you just fine there, Denver. Anything else on your end?
Oh, I believe that's it. I think I covered everything. Oh, I did forget that I'm running a Shure 444D, a little black microphone.
Nice work with that Collins S line. Hey, you ought to send us some pictures of that. You on your QRZ.com page by any chance?
I don't have any pictures on QRZ.
Well, the only one I have is 25 years old because I keep it up there because none of that exists anymore. It all burned up in the Bastrop fires. Maybe I'll change it sometime. All right, moving on. Good to hear you, Denver. All right, how about Robert, WW9W? Robert, talk to us.
Okay, fine business land, K5LYN in the boat anchor. WW9W. Here in Allen, my name is Robert, for those who don't know. Located in Allen. Hopefully you're hearing me okay. I am running barefooted the SB100, the Heathkit Sugar Baker 100. Looks like about 90, 95 watts now. This is the Double Bazooka 8040 automatic coax antenna. And using a D104 on it, and seems to be doing okay. I got some reports on it earlier. So I'm going to take it all over to McHenry on the 24th of next month. The 102, the 100, TR4, a whole bunch of other stuff I'm going to take over there and put it on the table. I got a bunch of stuff, 530, 830s, oh my goodness, lots of 101, 101 double E. It's all going to Emirates and Hamfest next month. Okay, man, appreciate you running it. You guys have a great evening, stay safe. Looks like we made it in before the storm. I'm looking outside window here, and I don't see any clouds anywhere in sight, so I guess we're safe for now. K5LYN, W9W, I'll see you later.
All right, Robert, sounds like you got a bunch of stuff up there. It sounds like a lot of fun. Nothing like having great toys. And you got a good signal into Austin. But it is getting more and more noisy. So we'll be curious about the radar when we get through with the net. I'll look at it then. Moving on, MOK. Hey, Mike, talk to us. K5LYN.
Yeah, good evening, Lynn. Everybody on that. It's Mike Kilgore, N5MOK. Tonight I'm on my... Again, though, Kenwood TS520 with your MC50 microphone, going into a SP220, put about 50 watts into it, get about 800 or something like that out. But, the antenna's a inverted V, been hung out there probably 20 years. One of them temporary antennas there. But anyway, that's about it there, Lynn. Everybody's sounding real good. A lot of static out there, a bunch of bacon out there frying. N5MOK.
And you're quite strong into Austin tonight, Mike. You know, I've got a couple of those 520s out in the storeroom I'd acquired from the state and haven't gotten to them yet, but they're great radios, and yours sound spectacular. Anything else for the group tonight, Mike?
Oh, that's about it. Man, waiting on Belton. Come on. We're eager to hit Belton there. Go ahead.
Yep, we are. I agree with that. All right, moving on. Hey, Sammy, thanks for getting us on frequency tonight. You want to talk? What about it? W5DPP, K5LYN.
Well, good evening again, Lynn. I'm just sitting here listening to everybody. I'm on the flex, so I'm not on boat anchor. Good to hear everybody this evening, W5DPP.
All right, thanks for your help. All right, let me talk to my neighbor a little bit. TXW, hey, George, talk to us.
Hello, Lynn, and all around the net from WB5TXW, just in time for the finest hour of amateur radio for the week. So I'm on the usual S-line gear, 32S175, S3, and the 30L1, got it turned up pretty decent. Haven't blown anything up yet. The speaker box, the power supply, and they all have wings on them, so you know that makes them work better. The 75-meter dipole or inverted V, whatever you want to call it, and the Shure 444. So it's all working and playing nice. Over.
I'd say it's as good as it gets. You're doing it right.
All right. Well, I'll be checking my antennas every damn time the wind blows because that's that was the problem last time. I was transmitting on half of the dipole. Over.
Yeah, and another night tonight. We better check it in the morning. Okay. Anything else on your end?
That's it. Everybody have a great evening. Great net. It's a little noisy, but oh well. WB5TXW back to net.
Yeah, getting really noisy over here. KE5Q. Hey, Jim, talk to us.
Yeah, K5LYN in the net. This is Jim, Kilo Echo 5, Quebec, in Plano. And I'm also on Collins on the KWM2 and 30L1. I'm on the round emblem, and that makes them roll better. That's the way I look at it. Anyway, Shure 444 going into the Ultimax 8040 double bazooka there. So good to hear everybody on the net. Static is building, but we're still copying everybody. So let you keep on going. K5LYN, KE5Q.
All right, outstanding. As good as it gets. All right, let's see about my friend Tom, KC5L. What do you say, Tom, K5LYN?
Good evening, Lynn. The Boat Anchors Net, Tom, KC5L in San Antonio. And just want to say your cheap and easy is really sounding great here this evening. Good sideband suppression. Tonight we're on the usual here, talking on the Central Electronics 200V with the D104 microphone, and driving a Central Electronics 600L amplifier, doing about 300 watts into a Johnson KW Matchbox, and a homebrew doublet of about 15 feet. And we're listening on the R390A. So that's about all I have here this evening, Lynn. So back to you, KC5L.
Absolutely great audio, Tom, and I'm going to join you on Central Electronics with the 20A if it comes around to me again directly. Great to hear you. And KL7CD, Mike, I'm going to pass you up since we got you on the list to talk later. Let me pick up Ralph and Jack, and then I'm going to give it to Jake. Yeah, N5BTM. Hey, Ralph, what about it? K5LYN.
Yeah, good evening there, Lynn. K5LYN, N5BTM, and the net. Name here is Ralph. We're located in Spring, 30 miles north of the Sanctuary City, Big H. Anyway, tonight we're using the Heathkit stuff again, the FB100 transceiver. That's driving a homebrew GS35B, about 900 watts. And a Shure 444 microphone. And all that's going through a Drake MN2700 tuner to a Tramp dipole out back in the inverted V configuration. And we're also listening to you guys on the Heathkit SB600 speaker console, I guess you'd call it a console, which I erroneously said was a Collins last week, but I stand corrected now. And did a little maintenance on the old SB100, put a little oil on the, a little 3-in-1 oil on the rings, and it seems to have helped a little bit on the tuning of it. And the next thing we need to do to it is change out one of the number 47 light bulbs on the front panel. Probably going to have to put some tubing on some forceps to get in there. It says big fingers and tight spaces sometimes don't play too good. Anyway, it is noisy, but I'm hearing everybody fine. So back to you, Lynn, K5LYN, N5BTM.
Spectacular single, Ralph, and about those old speakers. Yeah, I've got an old Howlcrafter speakers from the mid-60s, maybe early 60s. I've got hooked up to my ICOM 7300. Makes it sound a lot better. Good to hear you. All right, K5LRX. What do you say, Jack? Over to you, K5LYN.
Okay, guys. Well, not very much. Just enjoying the heck out of listening to all of the great old radios and all of the great young hams. We all are, I'm sure, 27 and maybe pushing 30. I don't know. I was listening to folks talk about the Ultimax, the dual band double bazooka. I thought I'd throw in my good thoughts about my double bazooka. Gee, that poor thing, you know, was up in the ice storm, and a big chunk of oak tree split off and came crashing down on that poor dual band double bazooka. And that thing was holding up a chunk of oak that was maybe 3.5, maybe 4 inches thick. I mean, it was a serious chunk of tree. I mean, it in itself was pretty much a tree. And you know, it did change its SWR a little bit. So, you know, I got the thing off it and got the thing to be back to sort of a V instead of a W. And I'll be darned if that thing didn't pick right up and take right off. It's like that Ever Any Bunny commercial. You know, it takes a licking and keeps on ticking. So I can only suggest that it's certainly worth the money, and it proved itself in that case, and I can certainly give it a thumbs up. So this is just for what I'm on is the usual Kenwood 599, and going through an LK550, which is 3-500Zs, and into a Palstar tuner, into the wonderful, sturdy, dual band double bazooka. So if anybody's on the fence, give that a second look. I think it's certainly worth the money, and it's proven so in my case. So back to you, Lynn. Thank you kindly. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and it's been great to listen to some old radios and young hams.
Okay, Jack. Very nice story, and I'm glad to hear the antenna survived. And you're strong as horseradish over here tonight. Great signal. All right. Hey, Jay, you ready for me to give you a list of people I haven't picked up? K5LYN.
Yeah, sure, Lynn. Go ahead.
Okay, we got K8WOZ. I've got K4IVE, that's Kevin. And I got WA5EDX Byron. There was a KK4ANE in Florida checked in, but I didn't get his signal good enough to get his name. And then we got WA5MTT Mike. That's my whole list.
Okay, that's fine. I had a couple of those down there, and the gentleman from Florida was coming in loud here, so that shouldn't be a problem. I guess I'm ready when you are.
Yeah, I'm going to the 20A, so if it comes around to me, I'll be on Central Electronics. Carry on.
Thank you, sir. All right, folks, this is Jay, KM5QS, and I'm visiting with you this evening with a Kenwood TS820S, and I have it paired up in transceive mode with a Kenwood R820 receiver. So I guess it may not be the oldest radio on here tonight, but it's certainly one of the rarest that are twins that you can find, maybe. One of, not the. But anyway, got a homebrew antenna and a homebrew tuner and a Kenwood TL922 to make everything that ain't homebrew is Kenwood, except for the microphone. That's a old Electro Voice 664 Alpha. It's like a miniaturized of the big old tire thumping 664. It seems to work just as well, so it's a pretty hot mic. Trying to stay away from it a little bit. Okay, before I get started, remind everyone that the tailgate sale in Marion, Texas is just 17 days away, April the 10th. And we're hoping for a big turnout. I'm hoping we have enough people show up so that Red runs out of hot dogs and popcorn, and so they'll do it again next year. And we're looking forward to it. And I'll have a boat anchor there for sale, unless somebody gets it from me first. I've got a set of Kenwood twins, the most beautiful, immaculate, best working set of Kenwood twins that I personally have ever run across. The ones you've heard on this here many times. It's for sale with the matching speaker, all the connector cables, Pelican cases to carry them in, everything you need except an antenna and coax to put it on the air. If anyone's interested, get a hold of me, either email or my phone number is 361-453-2731 after the net, 361-453-2731, and we'll go from there. All right, let's run back up here to Florida. Kilo 4 Alpha November Echo. Your turn, sir. Okay, he may have stepped out of the room. WA5MTT, Mike?
Yeah, hello, Jay. Sorry, I just stepped away. I didn't expect you to call me yet. So, yeah, it's Mike in Round Rock tonight on the Collins Winged Emblem test line again. 75S2 receiver, 32S1 transmitter, a 30S1 amplifier, and the mic is Electro Voice 674. So, yeah, like you, Jay, everybody's looking forward to the Hamfest. I am going to get my COVID vaccine this Friday, so I'll be ready to go.
All right, good deal. I'm really looking forward to that. I haven't seen anybody in a year and a half, man. It's terrible.
Yeah, well, some of us are still paying your Social Security bill, so I've been a lot of places.
Well, I certainly appreciate it too. Never doubt that.
Okay.
Anything else, Mike?
No. It's all good. Looks like we're going to get some more rain tonight.
Okay. Well, we could use some down here. It just keeps about going right over us, I guess. All righty. Thank you, sir. Let me see. K8WOZ, the famous manufacturer of the woodpeckers.
Good evening, Jay, and everybody else on the net tonight.
This is Dan, KWOZ, downtown Sanctuary City of Houston. I got a little quick story. I'm running a Kenwood 830 tonight. I went back to the original boat anchor and driving a homebrew 3813, putting out about 1100 watts. They're kind of low for that 1100 watts, but it's doing fine for me. The mic is a 4.4G black one, and we're using the 2-band bazooka also. I got a real quick story here that is kind of interesting since there's been all that talk about the COVID or Chinese virus tonight. I got a call from a friend of mine that I grew up with from 65 years ago, and he's a retired surgeon. He lives up in Michigan now, but he just got back from their place in Florida. His brother-in-law, who is, a little bit younger than we are, this fellow and I got our licenses together, asked the FCC to give us consecutive calls, but they didn't do it. They stuck 5 other calls in between, pissed us off. Anyway, his brother-in-law caught the COVID back in December, and boy, he was really sick with it. And finally, after a month in the hospital, a little over a month, in fact, he finally got out. And he was so distraught from that event because it really ran him down to nothing. He lost like 60 pounds and stuff. His kids knew that he was really worried about coming home and kind of starting over again. Well, he took a gun and shot himself, killed himself. And it was because he left a note there, said he didn't want to go through the rest of his life feeling like he didn't fit in anymore. It's weird to me how that virus affects different people different ways. Well, I'm sure they attributed his death to the Chinese virus, but this mental health thing, they talk about taking guns away and everything else. We need to focus more on mental health than taking guns away. Anyway, that's it from here, Jay. Just an example of what can happen with that stuff. KWOZ.
You're exactly right, Dan. And I know this is not a political forum, so I'm not going to try to turn it into that, but you are correct. We need to worry more about the mental health than we do about trying to make the country think it's a racist society that most of us know it is not. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But you're correct. They need to pay more attention to mental health. Those of us that think we still have some mental health are not going to give up our guns, so we can't defend ourselves against those who don't. If that made any sense. Never mind. K4IZ Echo, your turn, sir.
Hey, good evening. It's Kilo 4 India Victor Echo. Kevin, and I'm up in South School. How are you?
Go ahead. You're a little light, but I think I can copy.
Okay. Anyway, I just found out about this net, and I have several HW101 ETS, and the one I'm running right now is kind of a famous one. It was the one that was used to create a whole bunch of modifications that were done by gentleman by the name of Joe Lunsford in Huntsville, Alabama, and he sold me his test radio that has the digital VFO in it, dual VFO. That's why it sounds so good. Anyway, I'm running off the T600 power supply and the SB102 microphone, just the microphone that came with it, and no power amp, and I do have a antenna matcher, one that I built out of parts. Junk. And, but anyway, just thought I'd check in tonight and what's going on in the boat anchor world. I noticed most of us are here in Texas, and I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, but anyway, I have a total of 7 of these HW101s that I've sort of collected over the years. People actually sent them to me because they knew that I would give them a home, and they're all in various states of repair, and eventually they'll all be working. So I got a big stack of them. Hopefully I'll get through them someday. Anyway, that's it for tonight. If anybody has any questions,
All right. Well, that's great. 7 of them, you have plenty of spares. Once you get them working, though, then you can spread the wealth and find some more stuff to fix. Isn't that what we're supposed to do? I don't know. It seems to work like that around here sometimes. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you checking in. We'll look for you next week, too. We'll be back. So, WA5EDX, Mr. Byron, your turn. Okay, Byron, if you're across the room, headed that way, well, let me try KK4ANE again. Florida, come on down. All righty, question marks by both of those. Byron, are you there yet? Nope. Okay, who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now, please.
WA5MOE.
0YMZ.
November 5, Kilowatt Bravo Papa.
WE50 with ZZ.
Alpha Ball 4, Mike Echo.
Okay, let me take, I think I got 5 here. Let me take these and then and then we'll see what we can do from there. MOE, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, everybody on here, on the nest. Nice hearing the old radios again. Nice turning my old radio on again, too. Something to use it for. We're running tonight we're running the KWM2A with the 30L1 and we've got a 312B5 that goes with it, too, but it's not turned on. And then we're running into the high gain dual band trap dipole inverted V. So anyway, it's kind of cool to hear some of the cool stories on some of the radios that I've owned before, and I've had quite a few of them in the past. And I just want to say hi to everybody and let everybody know that this wreck still works.
Okay. Well, there wasn't any doubt. I mean, gee whiz. All righty, thank you, sir. Let me get down the line before the thunderstorms shut us down. Appreciate you checking. See you next week. Yankee November Zulu, your turn.
Kilo Echo 0, Yankee Motel Zulu. Good evening. Glad to be here tonight and check in. I came in to check in last week, and we had severe thunderstorms in the area, and so it just didn't happen. But made it this week, even though looks like maybe, or it sounds like the thunderstorms are moving in again. I think they're supposed to be here sometime early in the morning. They're talking to me right now. I have a pretty good static level right now. But anyway, here in Springfield, Missouri, and just beautiful, beautiful evening here. I'm running a Kenwood GS 520 and into a 30L1, going through a Dentron MT3000A tuner, and out the window up to a dipole about 30 feet in the air. And so, by the way, my name is David, and just glad to be here. And I checked in with this exact same rig several times. I currently working on some different equipment to get on the air, but it just hasn't happened yet. So this one here has been tried and true. So that's what I'm using. So with that, I'll throw it back to Ned, KE0YMZ.
All right. Well, you're doing a credible job down here. It sounds fine. I have your signal strength at 9-ish units up to 10 over occasionally, so it's doing fine. 100% copy, no problem at all. Like they say in the contest, 5.9, looking good. So come on back. We enjoy having everybody from wherever we can hear them. All righty. Thank you, sir, for checking in. And Marty, I bet you got something for us. KBP, go ahead.
This is Marty, N5K BP in Longview, Texas. I'm not on a true boat anchor. I'm on my little Atlas 210X. I didn't intend on using it, but I ran across a guy today on one group, atlasgroup.io that he was going to fire his up for this net. I thought, well, heck, I'll just fire mine up. Anyway, I'm barefooting on the 210 and just waiting for the rain. Back to you, N5KBT.
Okay, Marty. It's sounding fine. There's no hints of any of the little raspiness or whatever. It sounded totally smooth and cool this evening. So you got her working. Good to hear you. Let me get Don in here, and then we'll move on to that other fella, and then I think I'm going to give Rusty a shot at some OZZ. Don, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening. This is WB5OZZ, running my usual old Kenwood TS520, driving an HL 2200 amplifier. It's not tuned up really, and to a dipole at 80 feet, 75 feet, and that's about it.
Okay, Don. Well, 17 days. I'll see you at Marion, right?
Roger, Dodger.
Very good. Okay, I just had to say that so I can remind everybody again. Thank you, sir, for checking in. Last on my list for now is Alpha Golf 4. Mike Echo. Go ahead, sir.
Roger. This is BC4B, Alpha Golf 4, Mike Echo. I'm popping up the first anti-boat anchor radio. Anyway, my name is Brian Romeo India America November. I have not checked in on this night in a long time. Getting back on the air. But anyway, I'm on an Atlas 215 X-ray. Atlas 216 X-ray. I believe it's all stock. Minor modifications. Works okay. I'm out here near Thibodaux, Louisiana. Now I'm in Labadeville, Louisiana. I'm out here. It's really wet. It's been raining. And I was going to check in last week on the net here. We had a thunderstorm. Still having it. Anyway, I'm on the Atlas 215X. Solid state radio. It's about 48 years old. And that's about it. So how does it sound out there? How does the old stuff sound? Over.
Well, it sounds fine. I'm topping you 100% down here in Alice, Texas. I'm only about 50 miles from Corpus Christi, and you're coming through no problem, thunderstorms or not, you know. So that's a good deal. You got it working.
Roger, okay, yeah, I'd like to check in on your other cubic Astro radios. I got to get back on the air, and I like working on the older problems. Okay, I'm going to listen in and see what happens here, and I'm going to be the regular on that. This is Alpha Golf 4, Mike.
All righty. Thank you, sir, for checking in. Rusty, before I give it to you, let me try Byron one more time to see if he got back in the room. WA5EDX. Are you there, Byron?
Oh, yeah, I'm here now, Jay. This is WA5EDX in beautiful downtown Bluffdale. Yeah, couldn't hear you calling me a while ago because we had a thunderstorm roll in just about the time you called me, and I couldn't hear a thing in this metal barn. Those of you that have metal barns know what I mean, but we don't get enough rain over here in Bluffdale for it to normally be a problem. In the spirit of full disclosure, I will have to admit right off the bat that I am not on a boat anchor tonight. No boat anchor, but I am vintage. This rig is an old Ten-Tech Omni, running it barefoot, so I hope somebody can hear me and relay hi. And it's just something I have hooked up and put on there. Working on a Yaesu ST 401B over on the workbench, and I was hoping to get it ready and put on the air tonight, but not quite ready to put on. Hopefully, maybe I can get it on next week and get back in the tube business here. Hi. Closest thing I have to running a tube tonight, I am drinking an 807, so again, I guess that puts me kind of in the ballpark. Anyhow, now. The rain's already let up here, so when it rains over here, it doesn't rain very long. It's already moved on out. Good to hear everybody on tonight. Sounds like all the usual suspects. And we'll see you next week. And if we don't, have a wonderful Easter coming up. It looks like spring is already sprung. Back to you, Jay, WA5EDX.
Yes, sir. Spring is hopping around all over the place, and shucks, I don't need a relay from you, Byron. I got a Kenwood R820. I mean, gee whiz. But I wish my ears were as good as the radio. But anyway, I'm fine, no problem. Okay, let me see if Mr. Rusty is ready to go. It seemed like I was going to say something else, and it must not have been that important because I already forgot about it. WK5R, KM5QS, your turn.
KM5QS, WK5R. Mighty fine there, Jay. Hey, good evening, everybody out there on the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. I am not on the boat anchor tonight. I'm on the 5.9. I got a relay issue with the old 87-pound monster, the HT37 over there. If you were listening last week, you probably heard me disappear not once, twice, but maybe 3 or 4 times. Anyway, I am using the same microphone that I use on the HT37, and I'm driving a Homebrew GS35B amplifier into the fan dipole up about 50 feet. I am running, hello, every once in a while I'm seeing 14 pop up there, so pretty close to 1400. All right, who else out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
November 0, Golf Victor Kilo.
K0SED. Okay, I got 2 right there. N0 GVK. What's going on up in Nebraska, Kurt?
Hey, beautiful day in Nebraska. We had quite the rainy week. We got about 4.5 inches of rain in 2 days up here, Rusty. So we got plenty of moisture, that's for sure. The old grass is really great. Well, this evening, this is Kurt Enter at GVK up here in South Central Nebraska. And this evening, Rusty, I'm running on my old Galaxy 5, original Home Radio Lab Galaxy 5, not the Mark II or the 3, but the original Galaxy 5. And I have a World Radio Lab SB44 microphone with that. And I do have the Magic DFO and speaker console. And that's running it into an offset of it at up about 25 feet. So that's all on this end, Rusty. I haven't had this one on the air for probably a month or more. So it's good to blow the dust in the complex off it. WK5R and the group, this is Andrew GVK.
Okay, Kurt, the Galaxy 5 is sounding okay. You are, I believe, just ever so slightly, if I'm not mistaken, down band, but not far enough that I can't understand you. Appreciate you checking in from Nebraska up there, Kurt. We'll catch you next time. Okay, K0SED. Hello, Steve.
Well, good evening, Rusty, and all the boat anchors. K0SED and Tyler. We had quite a storm that passed between you and I, Rusty, about an hour and a half ago. Anyway, tonight I'm on the good old Kenwood 520 to Collins 30L1. Fan dipole up 40-odd feet, and that's about it from Tyler. Good to hear, everybody. K0SED. Back to you, Rusty.
The Kenwood 520 sounded good. What do you mean between us? He went right over the top of me. Anyway, thank you for checking in there, Steve. Okay, who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Tiger Restaurant.
I heard somebody, but I couldn't tell who it was.
KW5TX.
KW5 Tango Sierra. Go ahead.
Close. KW5TX, Steve and Bastrop waving the hand through all the static. On the Ten-Tech Omni 7, which isn't technically a boat anchor, but it's getting a little bit long in the tooth. I think probably about 15 years old. I'm talking Omni 7 through a true boat anchor, round emblem Collins 3001, into a double bazooka 475/80. And so I'm probably running about 450 watts trying to break through the static. So not driving the 3001 real hard tonight. But anyway, again, Steve and from Bastrop, I'm just saying howdy. Everybody's sounding good. KW5TX. Thanks.
Okay, KW5 Tango X-ray. I got it now. Thanks for checking in there, Steve. The Chemtech Omni 7, I believe you said it was, and the 3001 are doing their thing there. I'm hearing you fine there. All right. Who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited come now?
KE5ARQ.
November, India.
India, November, India. Go ahead.
I'm not on a boat anchor, but I have a bunch of stuff that's boat anchor-ish for sale that I'm selling for a friend, Ham. And Lynn was talking to me on 9/16 last night or the night before and said, get your list.
Okay, are you wanting to list it, or are you just posting the list somewhere?
No, he said either wait till Friday or I can, since they're all boat anchor related, bring it on tonight. So I can just run down the page. There's about 15 pieces. Some of it I've put on eBay so far, so you can see pictures and things, or whatever you want me to do.
Comment?
Go ahead.
Yeah, if Toby, if you'd like, you could email me that information, and I'll make sure to get it on all the nets, the traders' nets this weekend, and like that. If that would be okay.
All right, I'll do that. I'll mess with that in the morning and make you a list. Take care, man.
All righty. Well, my email is easy to find. Just look up Kilo Mike 5 Quebec Sierra on QRZ. And it's good there. It's easy to remember anyway. It's my call sign at outlook.com, Roger.
Okay, I got you covered.
Thank you, sir.
He can still read it here.
Okay, recheck, go.
I said he can still read it here.
Yeah, he's got some Collins stuff.
Well, yeah, he could list it here. That's true. If y'all want him to do that, I'm not trying to take anything away from him.
Viking Ranger 2, etc.
That was a little bit of a double.
I think he said, do I have any Collins stuff? And the answer is yes.
Yes, that was the question. Okay, we might ought to move on. It's so noisy out there. Anyway, y'all got that covered, and we'll get on the rest of the boat anchor. Maybe it'll be a little quieter for them than what we got tonight. Anyway, who else is out there for the Boat Anchor Unlimited? Come now.
What else you got to do?
Why
Won't you just let him list it?
KL7 Charlie Delta, WK5R. You want to give her a round there, Mike?
Yeah, I'll give it a try there, Rusty. Thanks for turning it over to me. This is KL7 Charlie Delta. I'm in New Braunfels, Texas, just north of San Antonio, about 20 minutes, something like that. My name is Mike, Mexico, India, Kilowatt Echo. Tonight I'm running the Hallicrafters Twins like I always do. Sierra X-Ray 117 receiver. Hotel Tango 44 transmitter with the matching power supply and speaker. And amplifier is an SB220 by Heathkit. Microphone is a D104. And the 220 is running into Johnson Viking kilowatt matchbox, and from the matchbox I run the 450 ladder line out to my horizontal loop. The horizontal loop is about 455 feet, and I hope it's doing okay. According to my tuner, I'm about 1-to-1 right here on this frequency. Thing I did that was kind of interesting in the past few days, I looked at the HD44 power supply speaker, SX117 combination. Back in 1963, I was a novice. I was 15 years old, and this rig sold for $884.45 at that time. So obviously I couldn't afford it. So as I got older and I got more money and I got retired, I bought this rig. And if I do an escalation factor, inflation factor from 63 to 2021, that amounts to $7,600 in today's dollars. So that's a lot of money for a rig. It is antiquated, and if you had $7,600 today spend to a modern transceiver and amplifier and tuner, you could probably buy a pretty nice rig for that. The SP220 back in, 1975 was was $449.50, basically $450. And in today's money, that's about $2,200. So you throw it all together, and my rig would have cost in today's money $10,000. So you can imagine when you were 15 years old back in 1963 and lived long enough to get to 1975, had a lot of money tied up in a radio rig. So just for information. Let's see, I got my COVID shot yesterday, my second one. So in a couple of weeks I'll be totally immune, supposedly. Second shot just made my shoulder a little bit tender if you touched it where they injected me. Other than that, no adverse reaction whatsoever. Tomorrow I'm leaving to go fishing in Mexico, New Mexico, Old Mexico, for about 5 days, but I should be home for next week's net. Anyway, everybody sounds great. Signal's really strong. We do have a lot of static crashes. And you've landed on the Boat Anchors Unlimited net, 3870. Every Wednesday night at 7:30, and we talk about old Boat Anchor transmitters from whenever it was still vacuum tubes into the hybrid area. I'm going to try to make Marion. I'll be back in time, of course. And the only thing I'm bringing worth noting is ART-13. I think it was Navy designation was a T-47. I bought this thing quite some time ago. It needs a power supply. I never built one, and I don't think I'll live long enough to do it. So I'm going to bring the ART-13 if anybody's interested in getting on AM. Okay, enough of that. I'll send it out for anybody that wants to check into the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. Please come now.
KE5ARQ.
ARQ, go ahead.
Hey everybody, this is James in Floresville. Everybody sounding good out there. Nothing's changed over here. Got a Kenwood TS830S, inverted V, 40 feet, Shure 444 mic. Got a little bit of more siding up in the shack. So I'm happy about that. It's coming along good. See if I can get a picture up there on QRZ and post it up there. And right now I'm in the garage. I was working on a dryer. Got a dryer switch. It's not drying. Took it apart and it looked like it burned up. So ordered a new one. Of course, it's going to be in a few days. So we'll have to hang dry clothes. And that's all right. But anyhow, that's all I got. KE5ARQ, back to net.
Okay, KE5ARQ, big signal. Thanks so much for checking in. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your shack? Is it inside your house or out behind the house in a shed, or what is the deal there? And also give me your name and your QTH, please. Go ahead.
name is James, Floresville, Texas. It's a tough shed. It came with the house when my wife and I bought it, or buying it. We'll own it in 28 years. If we keep the payments up. But it's a tough shed. It's a 10 by 12, and I put a door in it on the opposite side of it, and just basically walled in the. They had the a door big enough where you can put a riding lawnmower in it, and I boarded that up and insulated it, and it's coming along. That's basically what it is. It's just a tough shed. But it's going to be real nice when I get done with it, like I said, last week I got the air conditioner in it. I basically, put a couple little windows in it and just boarded in. I cut a hole out for the window unit, and it works good. Ceiling fan works. I had a friend of mine from work. He's an electrician. He came in and helped me out, and got a permit from the city. We did it right and legal, so it'll be real nice. I'm excited. So that's about it. KE5ARQ, back to you.
Okay, KE5 ARQ, Eagle 7 Charlie Delta. Boy, it sounds really similar to my shed in the back of my summer home in Ruidoso, New Mexico. It's 8 by 12, air conditioned, insulated siding on the inside, and the ceiling, lighting, electrical, all that sort of thing. And I'm looking forward to about the end of April, first part of May, getting back there. It's all finished and looks really good. And it's nice to have a shack out away from the house. Anyway, this is KL. Anything else, James, for the net?
No, that's about it. Just enjoy hearing all you guys talk about it, and I guess I just try to picture in my mind what it was like years ago in '62. Of course, I was born in '79, so I have no idea. But very interesting information. You guys bring a wealth of knowledge to the table. Appreciate you guys.
Okay, James, give me your rig real quick.
Yeah, it is a Kenwood TS 830S. I got a MFJ differential tuner. Also got a Yaesu power meter. I bought a Kenwood SP820 speaker and a Shure 444 mic. And that's it. That's all I got.
Well, that's enough. You're sounding great. About 20 over here in New Braunfels, Texas. Okay, I did want to make one comment. Denver, that Shure 444D sounds great.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
I'm glad that you got one. I'm sure you are too.
Oh yes, I was going to get one. I had to hunt and look, and it cost me a little more than I wanted to pay, but I got it.
Well, it's worth what you're willing to pay. Anyway. This is the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. Anybody else want to check in? Go now. Anybody else for Boat Anchors Unlimited net? Go now. Okay, Lynn, that's about it. No luck from here. K5LYN, KL7 Charlie Delta. Go ahead, Lynn.
All right, Mike, am I in the right place? K5LYN.
Oh, you sound great.
All right, this is K5LYN returning. Let me just backtrack here for a little bit. I know that the received conditions are kind of tough tonight because there's so much noise, and it probably wasn't clear that K5INI came by trying to list some Collins equipment he has for sale. And I understand how the confusion kind of led to that not happening. All right. Anybody else for the net tonight? K5LYN listening? Well, that might be a bit. We've been here an hour. That might be about it. So good to talk to everybody. I'm glad Nick got to talk to us about the big show he's got planned for October down in the New Orleans area. I'll be going. Jay, I'll let you say your final words. Let's pass it to Rusty, and then we'll go around the table if there's anything else. K5LYN, over to you, Jay.
Are you on the 28th?
No, I got over there and the relay didn't work right on the amplifier, so I came back on the cheap and easy.
There you go. Okay.
Jay, it's all yours. Well, maybe Jay and I have lost each other, Rusty.
Okay. K5LYN, WK5R. Are you there, Jay? He had to step out. Okay, do you want me to put out a call and if I get nothing, tie the ribbons on it, or do you want to send it back and let Mike do a final?
Oh, I think we've all talked enough. We did over an hour, Rusty. Wrap it up.
Okay. All right, is there anybody else out there left that hasn't checked into the Boat Anchors Unlimited net that wants to check in before I close the net? I'll take that as a no. Well, we appreciate everybody that checked in because Lynn, Jay, myself, Mike, we all know we couldn't do this without you because we know what it takes to get these old rigs on the air. So we appreciate y'all checking in. We'll look for you again next week. So this is WK5R, now closing the Boat Anchors Unlimited net and returning the frequency to normal amateur abuse.